Hey, I'm John Storms, and today I'm updating my visualizer. Now, this isn't the standalone visualizer, this is the visualizer, they call it the analyzer, that's included with the S3 sequence editor. So, I'm opening up my sequence called wreath test, and it's super huge, so it takes a long time to load. Part of the reason it's huge is because I do use this analyzer quite a bit. When I say analyzer, I am referring to this guy. I used to call it the S2 analyzer because it was here before S3 when the new visualizer came up. And basically this represents my house. Now the reason I like using this one is because it is pretty spry. It keeps up with the song pretty well. So what I'm going to do is I want to put my mega wreaths, which are 125 pixels each, up on the house. I already got the pixel trees, and I've already done the one wreath, and now I'm going to do the other one. So I'm replacing these wreaths with bigger ones this year. And just to show you what it looks like, tell it to play. Wait a second. Now, what I'm looking for here is not necessarily a perfect representation. At the bottom of the pixel trees, here's the mega wreath. So I'm not looking for a perfect representation, but I'm looking for enough that when I'm sequencing, I can tell what's going on. And this year I'll probably bite the bullet and update my external visualizer. It's on the list of things to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to full screen. I'm going to take the zoom, go in all the way, and I already did it for one side, so I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do. See, it doesn't look much like a wreath. I might come back later on and clean it up, but it's honestly good enough for what I'm looking to do. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to take this wreath and I want to move it down. I'm not going to have it up this year, but I'm not quite ready to get rid of it either. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to come find it in here, and it's wreath T3. I'm going to set it to a color that makes it easy to see. So I'm going to set it to hot pink. I'm going to go back to the analyzer, and there it is. So what I want to do is I'm going to move it down a bit. And then honestly, it's not up that high in the first place. So I come over here and I click on draw, and it populates everything that's in my master track. So I got my master track, it's here, and now I want to find wreath T3. I call that side of the house T3. There it is, wreath 5. And I want to draw it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually move it down. So it's going to be 4 high. So this is going to be the second row, 2, 3, 4, with 2 little things on the side. And then I'm going to get rid of the rest. Boom. Okay, so in my current sequence, anything that's T3 will do this. Well, now I'm replacing it with my mega wreath. So I want to come down here and all the way to the bottom. I know the bottom is my mega wreath, and there's 125 channels. And of course, Light Aroma is so good about taking the one RGB channel and then breaking it up into red, green, blue, so that I have this huge mess of channels to choose from. Okay, you see, and I got 125 pixels here. So I want to go back up to the top. 25. 14, 9, 7, 6, mega wreath 3. Okay, so I'm going to start with pixel 1, and I'm not going to put all the pixels on here. I just want to put enough that when I run the sequence I get a general idea. Now I'm going to slide over to here, and this is the layout that I did for the wreath, so I know where the channels are. So it starts at 1 and it goes 1 through 4. So I'm going to use this little guy here as a guide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and say 1, that's pixel 1, 2, 3, and where's 4? Okay, so what I've done, I go back here, I've been in 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's these 4 pixels. Now to make it easy, I'm going to go do this part next. This is 36 through 33 on the radial. So I come up here and I find 36, 20, there's 36. This will be 36, then the next one will be 35. And my mega wreath has 4 rings. So I do want to have the layers here so that when I do the effects, I get the general gist of what the effects are looking like. 33. So 36 through 33. Is that right? Yep. So now I'm going to do this one, which is 68 through 65. And all this information is stored as part of your configuration file. So if you go and move from one configuration to the next, this comes along with it. Alright, so this is 68. Whoops, I put one in the wrong place. That's okay, we'll come back to it later. 66. And 65. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but this one is brighter than the others. That tells you which one is active. I'm going to go erase this one that was off. Okay, so that was 68 through 65, and this other radio is 100 through 97. So I set it back to draw. I find 100. Okay. 101. No, not 101. 99, it goes backwards here. That's just because I have it zigzagging back and forth, so it's 99. Now, 98, and then 97. Okay, so now I got 4 across. Now it's not, you can tell, right now it kind of looks like a spinner, but you know, again, it's about getting enough of a representation that it works. So now I'm going to do the ones in the middle. So the next one in the middle here, it's easy for me to see in my diagram, is 116 through 113. So I get my mouse just in the right spot because they give me all of them. It's too much, Lightorama. See, if I wanted to, if I took this one, it would actually show the red pixel. This would show the green pixel. This would show the blue pixel. I guess there's an application where people would want to do that. I really don't. But they give you that level of control. Okay. There's 116. And I don't remember if it went frontwards or backwards. Backwards. Oh, it seems like it's always backwards. The ones that I pick. There are 31 radials on the wreaths, and I will probably get a fourth of those, or maybe a little more. So that was 115, 114, 113. See that? So I come back here to find out what the next one is, and I also double check. Yep, it went to 113. Next one will be 84 to 81. Back here, click. Here we go. So this one's 84. Now there's an equal number of ascending and descending radials. So one would go up, one would go down. It just happens I always get the ones that are descending. And I'm not going to worry about the stray pixel until I'm done here. 82. 81. I hit the erase radio button, hit erase, go back to draw, flip over here. The mid radial over here is 52 to 49. So go back up. I wasn't thinking I would tape this today, but I figured, you know what, I'm doing it anyway, and turning on the recorder to do it really is no big deal, and maybe it helps somebody who wants to use the analyzer to represent pixels. I mean, you probably would want to use the visualizer, especially now in S4. There's some nice performance improvements. I like the analyzer. I always have. And if I'm sequencing, it's very easy for me to jump back and forth. I don't have to start one up and all that. It's just easy. Although, like I said, I'll probably do both this year. And of course, now we have another visualizer in the pixel editor in the newly released S4 software. Alright, so I got that one done. So the next one here is 12 through 9. Here's 12. Yeah, I've been kicking myself. I haven't been doing as much with the sequencing as I need to. I need to sequence a lot of Mickey Mouse ears. I got a lot of stuff. Been playing too much on the forums and sales and so on. 10 and 9. Then I got some stuff I need to prepare for Academy and Expo. Okay, so now I got all 4 of these radials. Now, as long as I can squeeze in 4 into the different places, I'm going to keep doing it. So I'm going to have another 4 right here, and then I'll have, so I can fit in 2 more radials between these guys. So I come over, I'm going to figure out which they are. So actually, there's only 1 radial to fit in there. It's 5 through 8. Oh, I know what I did wrong. See, I should have done, it was really 20 through 17. So I want to do 12. I can fit in 2 more, so I'll probably, let's do the 5. Ooh, whoops, Control Z. See, Control Z is your best friend. So let me do the 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then I'll go back and fix my mistake. That's 3. There's 5. There's 5. Okay. 5, 6, 7. 7. Now it's getting a lot tighter. I gotta be a little more careful. Okay. Erase. Erase. And now I'm going to want to do 12 through 9. Now this is duplicating what I did, so you'll notice that when I select 12 from here, it should highlight one of those other pixels that's already up. You see it does that one. So I'm going to do 12. See, part of the important things that we show you in these videos is all the places where you can screw up. Because a big part of this is messing up and being able to fix your own mistakes. Okay, so now I need to redo this one, and he is going to be 20 through 17. So 20. And when I click on top of it, it overwrites. It doesn't merge the two. 18. So it replaces it. 17. Okay. So now it's this. So now I look up here and I say, okay, I can fit at least 1 more going this way. So let's see, this was. So let's do 28 through 25 for this one. So I come down. It's 28. And it's not even necessarily going to be the same as the other one. And it's almost a good idea that it's not the same as the other wreath. That way if there's a problem on the one that the other doesn't see, and let's say I copied and pasted, I might have a better chance of seeing it. Now I got the wreaths up on my wall in my office here, so it's not like it's a huge deal if I miss something. Alright, do I have room for one, two? Not really. I do have room for another radial right on top here. Oops. Turn on my caps lock. So I can fit two more in. So let's see. I think I got the 52 through 59. So I should get the, I'll do the 37 through 40, and then I'll do this one. 44 through 41, 37 through 41. Go back down. Did I say it's 37 through 41? Did I get a ascending radial? I did. It's nice because I can just pop. It's a lot easier to go down and get the next channel. I don't have to back up. See that? It's all ready for me. 39. But of course, the way it always works out is never easy. Usually, most of them have to go backwards. Okay, the next one. So then it's going to be 44 through 41 right here. 44. Now what I'm doing is when I turn these on, I kind of keep an eye out to make sure no other pixels are highlighted at the same time. That give me an indication that I've doubled up on them. And I'm not being so scientific about this that I'm making sure that I'm not messing up. I'm just kind of eyeballing which ones to pick next. 41. Okay. So again, I can fit probably two more in the next one. So let me see what my likely choices are. So in this next portion, I can pick two from here. I'm going to take the 64 through 61, and then this, the 57 through 60. So it's going to be 61 through 64. Probably have room for one, so let me actually pick the 60 through 57. So you have to go up, and going up is harder. 59. 58. And 57. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So the next one I can fit two for sure. So I got this cross radial here, so I already have this one. So I want to do two others. I could do this and this. Yeah, so I'll do 69 through 72 right there. Come down here, find 69. Is it ascending? It is. Nice. 70. 71 and 72. Okay, so I did the 71 through 72. Now I want to do the 77 through 80. Now that mapping I did that in Excel, and all I did is I just went and made a donut with one of the insert shapes, and they even have a donut, and made it a green donut. Made it so it's about the right shape, and then made it so I could make the little boxes big enough that I could put in the channel numbers, and I just copy and paste it. It's really nice and easy. Okay, so 77 to 80. Okay. Over here, I can do 1. So, if this is this, I'll do the 92 through 89. Come on, 92, 92, 92. I feel like a bingo caller here. Reminds me, gonna go on a cruise here in June. Gonna do a Norwegian cruise to Alaska. It's gonna be amazing. 92 to 89. Done Disney cruises before. And on Disney cruises, bingo's a big deal. There's no gambling, and there's not a lot of drinking. So what are you gonna do? Yeah, you're gonna play bingo. Alright, so that's that one. So the next one, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I should be able to fit 2 in. So I'll do the 101 through 104 and then the 109 through 112. So 101 to 104. So the scroll bar kind of fails me with this many entries on something, on a single list. Okay, this is 101, 102, 103, 104. Oh, you see that? I double struck that. That's bad. So that means the 2 on the end were 104. And I overwrote my 103. So I need to go back, find 103. He goes right there. Whew, and now we're good. See? We fixed it. No big deal. And now we're going to do 109 through 112. Ascending, which is nice. Okay, 109, 110, 111, and 112 right there. Alright, so I got room for, let's see, 1, 2, 3. You know, I could be able to break my rule, but let's see, 1, 2, no, I can fit in one more, that's it. Okay, so let's see, this is the bottom, so I'll do 117 through 120. Come down here, buffers my mouse clicks a little bit, so I gotta be careful not to go too far. 117, 118, 119, 120. Yay! So I think we're done. Go into view mode. Let me back it up a bit. And it looks like it's pretty close to the same as what I did before. So that's a good sign. I think here I'm actually about a pixel up. So I could shift it all down one to be perfect, but it's not about being perfect, especially not in the visualizer. Let me come over here. Actually, I guess I close this. I hit save, and it's going to take a while to save. It'll act like it's doing real fine right up to the end here, but you know, it's saving timing grids. Every one of those pixels on that analyzer has an XML element for it, so every one of those pixels has an entire line in the configuration. And then I got multiple tracks, and all those tracks are stored. I mean, there's a ton of information. It's all stored in text, not just text, XML. So there's all the overhead of the tags. So there's actually more overhead with the tags than the actual data there. Okay, it finished. It's a lot to save. Alright, so now I'm going to play it. We'll see how it looks. Now this pink thing is actually white. Let me go fix that quick. So let me go take T3, set them back to white. And what I'll do is, you know, later when I'm actually running this for real and I'm actually sequencing, I'll actually probably use the T1s, not for the lights, but as a guide, so when these are on. So I'll just use those as a dummy track, but they're not actually going to generate lights for the show.
The world is a carousel of colors. summer rose, a sunset in the sky, beauty untold is ours to behold, to dazzle your mind and yours.
So anyway, there you go. You can see that they're working. I could go back in and make them a little more accurate by filling in some of the little gaps here, figuring out which slides would go where, but honestly, it's a little too hard. It's very time consuming, and one of the big things about doing the big display is you got to make sure you allocate enough time for all the stuff, and so that's good enough for now. Other things I want to do is I'm going to come back and I'll probably switch these guys over to pixels as well. A few of these I'm going to turn into dumb RGB snowflakes, but we'll see how far we get. And again, this, so you know, this is a test sequence. This isn't the actual one that's in the show. Like you saw, there's only one tree going. Don't think I only do the one tree. We do them all. But this is more or less was written up to test the wreaths. But anyway, the purpose of the video was to show you how to represent a pixelized element and the analyzer that comes with the Lightorama sequence editor. Thanks for watching.